In the year 2026, Audi unveiled the Q9, an audacious testament to automotive evolution, a masterpiece of engineering, design, luxury, performance, and futuristic technology, a vehicle whose existence seemed at once plausible and inspired by the realms of science fiction, a near miraculous fusion of form and function that redefined the boundaries of what a luxury SUV could be, and yet felt as timeless as a classic sculptural form with fluid, flowing lines that traced a silhouette reminiscent of both a panther in mid-stock and a stealth aircraft in descent. Its exterior a composition of laser-sculpted aluminum and carbon fiber-reinforced polymer panels laid in intricate geometric tessellations that catch and reflect ambient light in ways that seem to shift and shimmer like living skin, the surface alternating between gentle matte and high-gloss finishes in precisely engineered gradients that accentuate the muscular wheel arches, the taut, arching greenhouse, the sculpted fenders that flow into broad shoulders, and the subtly integrated roofline spoiler that suggests aerodynamic purpose even when stationary. And while the overall visual impression is one of cohesive unity, an almost organic synergy of strength and grace, the details divulge themselves slowly and with a measured sense of discovery. The headlights, crystalline structures of high-definition laser matrix LEDs, embedded behind a single pane of flawless, curved sapphire glass, form fractal patterns when illuminated, their angles and shapes programmable via over-the-air updates, capable of projecting not just the road ahead but abstract patterns, mood-enhancing ambient light shows, or even adaptive icons conveying driver intent to other road users. The grille, a reinterpretation of Audi's signature single-frame, now expanded into a vast, hexagonal maw with thousands of microscopic openings, each a veritable micro-vent enabling active airflow management, and bordered by a halo of OLED lighting that can shift through a spectrum of customizable colors and intensities to denote different driving modes or driver moods, or simply serve as a personal branding flourish that bathes the surrounding environment in an ethereal glow upon approach. Beneath, the bumper integrates sleek sensors, radar arrays, lidar lenses, and infrared cameras, nearly invisible but working in synchrony to produce a 360-degree, high-definition awareness field that underpins the Q9's Level 4 autonomous driving capability, a system so advanced it can pilot the vehicle in urban, suburban, and highway environments with near-superhuman anticipation, reading traffic flow, predicting evasive maneuvers of animals or pedestrians, negotiating complex intersections, and, in concert with a vehicle-to-vehicle (V2V) and vehicle-to-infrastructure (V2X) mesh network, collaborating with other vehicles and smart road infrastructure to optimize traffic patterns and enhance safety, even while optionally relinquishing control with a voice command whisper and returning the reins to the driver in a gesture as seamless as handing over an invisible baton. The side mirrors are replaced by slender camera stalks that pivot and focus as needed, transmitting ultra-high-resolution video to a pair of OLED screens inside, the image so crisp one could count the stitching in a passing motorcyclist's gloves, and the housing itself is aerodynamically shaped with active flaps that open and close to reduce drag or cool internal components, all while maintaining near-silent operation courtesy of vibration-dampening materials, resonant frequency tuning, and internal acoustical harmonics that cancel audible noise before it even materializes. Further back, the doors open in a graceful combination of suicide and conventional hinges, with an electromagnetic, servo-assisted mechanism that senses the approaching owner via facial recognition or biometric bracelet, unlatches itself in a motion smooth enough to evoke how a flower might bloom, all while ensuring the structure remains rigid in the event of a side impact, thanks to a chassis reforged in tri-phase carbon alloy steel interlaced with graphene filaments, providing staggering torsional rigidity while keeping weight limited to what one would expect in a mid-size crossover, though its cargo volume measures more like that of a full-sized luxury SUV, enabling families to pack gear for epic cross-continental expeditions or futuristic glamping jaunts with equal ease. Inside, the cabin is a sanctum of sensual luxury, an immersive environment that greets its occupants with a riot of textures and sensory delights. Door panels upholstered in ethically sourced, zero-impact Alcantara and supple, hand-stitched recycled leather that retains the softness and aroma of natural hide but caresses like memory foam. Seats that are not merely heated and cooled but feature microclimate control through Peltier elements interlaced within adaptive memory foam layers, capable of shifting temperature by 20 degrees centigrade above or below ambient within seconds, coupled with directional air jets integrated into the headrest that can waft scents, forest pine, sea breeze, or custom, signature, aromas, through dual ionization modules that purify the air while injecting mood-enhancing volatile compounds, a panoramic OLED glass roof that transitions from transparent to opaque in under a second, and can be programmed to display a celestial dome simulation, complete with constellations mapped to one's current altitude and latitude, drifting cumulonimbus, or aurora borealis overhead, or transmute into an opaque shade with integrated acoustic damping under highway drone. The dashboard itself is a single curved screen of flexible micro-LEDs stretching from A pillar to A pillar, seamlessly merging digital instrument cluster, navigation, media, and ambient lighting into one surface, allowing the driver to shape its layout through hand gestures, voice, or eye tracking. One moment it might display a minimalist speedometer and compass overlaid on a translucent map, the next moment unfold into full-screen cinematic navigation with 3D terrain, real-time traffic, and dynamic escape route suggestions for when the weather, traffic, or even your emotional comfort demands a sudden scenic diversion. Beneath that, the center console floats above the floor in a shape akin to a river stone, lit from underneath by customizable ambient lighting, housing a tactile multimodal control, half joystick, half haptic touchpad, that lets you scroll through menus by twisting, pinch zoom on maps, or dial in your massage preferences while its physical tension, click resistance, and thermal feedback adjust to replicate the feel of different materials. Cool metal, warm brass, or matte stone, audio is delivered through an immersive spatial sound system co-developed with a world-renowned concert hall acoustician, deploying individually addressable micro speakers embedded in the headliner, doors, and seat shells, each with its own digital time alignment and room correction DSP, reproducing music so lifelike you can sense the breath of the singer and the resonance of the concert hall. Or, when in Zen mode, subtle ambient soundscapes of rain, forest, wind, or even a distant ocean swell with subsonic undertones that soothe you into a meditative state. Performance and chassis are equally visionary. The Q9 is offered in multiple powertrain variants, from a mild hybrid 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 with cylinder deactivation and electric supercharger providing instantaneous torque and nearly silent station departure, to a plug-in hybrid coupling a quad-motor electric setup, one on each wheel, for torque vectoring all-wheel drive, combining for over 850 horsepower and instant, floor-planing acceleration, yet capable of returning highway-level range of 800 kilometers when operating in hyper-efficient electric-only mode, or a flagship fully electric Q9 e-tron variant featuring a groundbreaking solid-state battery that charges to 80% in 15 minutes, delivers over 600 kilometers of real-world range, and is governed by a heat and cold cycling thermal management system ensuring performance remains consistent from -40 degrees Celsius Siberian dawns to 50 degrees Celsius desert crossings. The suspension employs a quartet of electromagnetic linear actuators, individually reading road surface ahead via millimeter wave radar and camera, adjusting damping, ride height, spring rate, and lateral roll compensation in real time to deliver a ride that is tranquil as a spy yet planted in corners like a sports car, while still offering 90mm height adjustment for deep dunes, rocky trails, or urban speed bumps, all commanded seamlessly by AI that learns your driving preferences and local road surfaces, predicting bumps before they hit and softening or firming accordingly. But it's not just about performance and comfort. Safety is elevated to an art. The Q9's body is studded with thousands of microscopic stress sensors embedded within a composite skin that can detect precursor patterns of deformation or impact, alerting the car to deploy protective measures before a crash. Seats enclose the occupants in near-instantaneous inflatable ribs, windows adjust tint to reduce glare or projective impact energy, and even the steering column can retract or realign to minimize injury, while external airbags deploy as curtains over the hood or wheel arches if sensors detect an imminent pedestrian or cyclist collision, providing an extra layer of cushioning. The onboard AI, named Audi Ether, monitors not just the surroundings but the occupant's biometric and cognitive state through non-invasive sensors in the steering wheel, seats, door panels, and headliner, reading heart rate variability, eye blink frequency, grip pressure, voice modulation, and micro-expressions. If signs of fatigue, distraction, or medical distress appear, Ether can intervene, gently suggesting a coffee break, adjusting ambient lighting to perk you up, rerouting to the nearest rest stop or medical facility, or in dire cases gradually safely bringing the vehicle to a halt and dialing emergency services if necessary. Connectivity is seamless. Embedded 6G cellular and satellite mesh radios keep you connected globally, enabling features like real-time weather adaptive suspension tuning, cloud streaming of high-definition maps and media, multiplayer gaming displayed on rear seat OLED panels, remote climate preconditioning controlled from your smartwatch, or geofenced performance limits for teen drivers. The Q9 also acts as a mobile power station with vehicle-to-grid V2G capability, Its battery can feed electricity back to a home or campsite at level 3 charging speeds, enough to power a household in emergencies or keep camping gear, drones, and e-bikes charged overnight, or even contribute to local grid stabilization by collaborating with smart grid networks. Ownership is reimagined. Buyers receive not just the vehicle but a subscription